Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am a divination practitioner, holistic consultant, multifaceted advisor, and wise counsel, amongst many more things. If you're new here, and if you're not, welcome back. I'm going to be getting into a collective message. All right, so let's see what comes out. I'm going to be using my Everyday Witch Tarot deck to see what messages I have here for the collective. All right, let's get it. What messages do I have here for the collective? Getting things out of your way. Something being too much on your mind, too much in your energy. We can right into it. The devil. Wow. And you know, not long ago I heard somebody say the devil always up or something. The devil always active. Everybody has their own different definitions of what a devil is. Some people don't believe in that. Some people think of it as an energy. Some people think of it as a person, a hell, whatever. I'm seeing a volcano, not erupting, but it's just smoke coming from the volcano. Okay. We also got the Five of Pentacles out here. In the time, see, be mindful of temptation. Addictions, obsessions, attachments could be surfacing or ongoing. Maybe doing some shadow work to help you bring out whatever is in the darkness so that you can nip these things in the bud. Because when you're at your lowest, when you're at a point in time where you are having weaknesses, it's easy for you to fall victim to certain things, especially illusions. Okay? I feel like you're being strong or encouraged to. A lot of you guys can have inner strength. Air energy could be very significant. Air usually ties to the mind, mental, intellect, communication, travel, you know, things of that nature. The zodiac signs that relate to air energy is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You can have any of these placements. You can also have Capricorn placements. Earth sign energy is significant. Grounding could be significant. We got a Two of Cups coming out. So relationships, union, whether this is union of self, whether this is a love connection, whether it's romantic or platonic. Very significant. Maybe you're going to be coming together. A lot of things could be, 1 second, because my brain is just... All right, so there was, will be, or is some type of devil energy and strength energy going on. Five of Pentacles situation and Two of Cups situation going on. As I said with the devil energy, we already talked about that with the strength. We touched bases on that a bit. Lions could be significant, witches, magic wands, magic overall, manifestations, manipulation, toxicity, sexuality. All right, with this Five of Pentacles, it talks a lot about feeling left out in the cold. All right, abandonment, struggling financially, but this is all temporary. Okay, Pentacle energy a lot of times can tie to health. It can tie to finances. It can tie to the earthly plane or material aspects of it, including material values, possessions. The Two of Cups here, it usually talks about love, union. Two people deciding to love each other. Maybe there's, I thought of strings attached. Maybe there's some type of bondage. Some type of, what is this devil energy? What is this? Devil energy is tied to the King of Swords. So a person that's 35 years or older who could be an air sign or who could come off as someone who's logical, head over heart, an intellectual, maybe. Does things by the book or reads some type of book. Tell me why the strength is here. Strength is here. Okay. You could be regaining strength. Four of Swords is coming out here. You could be... A lot of strength could have been used, actually. And I feel like a lot of you guys were running on fumes to the point to where you had to actually sit down somewhere. You could be leaving something behind, moving forward due to being emotionally withdrawn. This could tie to some type of family dynamic, whether it's blood related or not. Maybe you could be leaving things behind so that you can come into connections that are healthier. Soul tribe energy. Stand your ground. Be smart. Healing is necessary. Resting is necessary. A lot of you guys are exhausted. Tell me more about this strength and this Four of Swords. The Hermit is coming out in reverse. A lot of you guys are experiencing some type of downtime, but I don't feel like you could be doing the work, but possibly not to its full extent for some of you. Some of you guys are not doing the work at all with the Hermit in reverse. Some of you guys could be isolating yourselves. Then I thought of the calm before the storm, but more like the calm after the storm. Something's happening. What is the main idea of this message? Three of Wands, moving forward. Or forward movement, travel. Before the Three of Wands is the Two of Wands, which talks about decisions, deciding to stay or leave something. Now that the Three of Wands is here, it's like the ships are coming in. Maybe you could have already made some type of decision for some of you guys, or not. The Tower on the back. Chaos, destruction, upheaval. Something happened out of nowhere that could have shaken up something in your life. This most definitely could be a relationship. It could talk about families. It could talk about romantic connections. Virgo, Capricorn, Leo. Tell me more about this Hermit in reverse energy. We've got the Five of Cups, tying to loss, grieving, mourning. Still feeling the sadness and pain from things that didn't work out, relationships that didn't work out, relationships that you haven't healed from, things that you've experienced that you haven't healed from, whether it's somebody who passed away in your life, whether it's people who are still alive in this on this earthly plane who you are having to grieve. So a lot of you guys with the Eight of Cups energy and the main idea being the Three of Wands, you could either be doing this or it's encouraged. A lot of you guys, you had no choice because emotionally you've become detached and withdrawn. But I'm seeing you move forward. Even though your emotions and mental, you're still getting things together. But with an energy and action, I'm seeing that there's some type of forward movement. So you could be still moving forward regardless. Or you're, like I said, you're encouraged to, especially when I've seen the Seven of Wands, which a lot of times ties to standing your ground. So maybe this is just confirmation to stand your ground. You know, be smart. Because sometimes your own shadows, unhealed traumas, other people's temptations or your temptation, whatever. I feel like something requires strength, but a lot of you guys, you didn't use up a lot of your strength. But see, your strength is not something that's like temporary. Even when it's like you have no more energy, you have no more drive, you have no more this, it's like you still manage to be able to pull through, move forward. Tell me more about this Devil energy. 9 of Pentacles, independent wealth. And the way that I seen this was a lot of you guys, I feel like you're very smart, and you know things for real. And I feel like a person like you, especially in today's time, I don't feel like you possibly feel like an outsider, a loner, somebody who purposely just, I don't want to say purposely, is really you have reasons to not be around people. You isolate yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys just want to fall off the face of earth, you know, have your wine or your tea, your own garden, your own independent wealth, read your book, and just be cozy and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because you see that the world itself is like, people are blind. There are people who they always have something under their sleeve. Whether it's personal life, professional life, this government, worldwide matrix thing going on, you know? And I feel like you guys, you just want to break. Or encouraged. But you always come out of situations. A lot of things are always exactly what it is, temporary. The Star and the Page of Swords is here. Maybe you're going to gain some type of download or new idea or something. It could be a starseed, earth angel, intellectual. Maybe something, maybe you're in the sweet spot of renewal. Little do you know, you may not see this. Tell me more about this Strength, 4 Swords. Got the 3 of Pentacles. Collaboration. Maybe you're building on something, but you don't really see your results. You're gonna need patience. Hierophant, 4 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Judgment, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Something deep going on. Hierophant in the Judgment. An awakening, a breakthrough, contracts, belief systems, values. A lot of y'all feel like you just really too damn smart, honestly. Okay? Everything seems like a scam, a setup, the devil, every damn thing. It's illusions everywhere. Some of y'all, you seeing through them. Some of y'all, you confused as hell. It's just a lot going on. And I feel like you're a pure-hearted person. You're a giver. I just feel like you just been like, you're still hurt by things. Honestly. Maybe if you weren't like hurt, disappointed, in sorrow, maybe things will like feel different. Maybe you'll move different. But I feel like everything is happening for a reason. You hanging in there, but some of y'all are just about ready to give up. Or some of you guys, it's like this resilience has been a struggle. But like I said, it's like you always still keep pushing forward, or you're encouraged to. So maybe there's a breakthrough that's about to happen. Taurus energy. Tell me more about the Hermit and the Five of Cups. Hermit is around. The Eight of Swords and the Star. Some of y'all are just trapped in your own mind. Honestly. Fears, worries. It's a whole lot of thinking. A whole lot of trying not to think, but still thinking going on. You have to free yourself from your mind. And I feel like in a way to do this, it has to be something that is like a cleanse. Maybe cleansing yourself from certain beliefs that were projected upon you that no longer serves you. Maybe, the death, release, let go. There's a rebirth. Maybe you are releasing and letting go. You have extreme, like, you could be someone who's emotionally intelligent, or there's somebody that's like a mentor or something that's going to be coming in your energy, or maybe you could benefit from that. Maybe you are an unexpected mentor, but you also are somebody who's astute, witty. You could have very good judgment, honestly. And I feel like your experiences has gotten you to be in this energy. The pain, the this, the that. Queen of Wands. You'll get over this. You'll get out of whatever this is. I'm not sure how or when. But you do have the power and the tools and everything. I just feel like some things just takes patience. Whatever you're experiencing is temporary. This most definitely has a lot to do with your love life and who you are, your childhood, healing, so shadow work. Somebody could want to cry. Maybe you cried not long ago. You just got a lot going on. What is this Two of Cups? This Two of Cups, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Probability, chance, fate, cycles. Fortune. Good luck being on your side. Maybe you are good luck. What is the Lovers? Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot. Something about control. A car could be significant. Knowing which direction you want to go in. Eight of Pentacles usually ties to you working on something. Some type of hobby. Something that could be profitable. Maybe this has a lot to do with becoming an expert at something. The Lovers usually can tie to major choices. Can also tie to a romantic connection, a soulmate union. Can also tie to, it doesn't have to be a romantic connection, but most of the time it actually is. A lot of you guys could just be trying to figure out life all while still battling with beliefs, etc., confusion, being in your head, good judgment or discernment, isolation, strength, temptation, obsession, addictions, attachment, grieving. Confirm the Three of Wands. from the Three of Wands. Seven of Cups. Oop. Then it flipped out in the reverse. Reality check. Alright, what else? So raw energy. Two of Wands, Ace of Swords. I feel like you guys have clarity when it comes to some type of truth, awakening, decision, or choice. But it's almost like imbalance. Maybe you've been gaslit. You've been betrayed right under your nose. It's a lot of... I feel like you guys just really need to get some mental rest. Okay? I feel like everything could get better. So maybe it's time to water that personal garden of yours, whether it's honing in on who you are, therefore your beliefs, your values. Withdrawal, antisocial, fear, isolation, sadness, paranoia, inner power, persistence, courage, persuasion. It's heavy fear going on. Restriction, heavy restriction, egotism, materialism, addiction. Good luck, change, destiny, life cycles, karma. Maybe somebody is going to come into your energy. Maybe you are attracting a soul tribe. Like, as long as you keep on just moving forward, being patient, you're going to come into exactly what it is. But I mean, to help you in this moment right now, I just feel like mental rest is very much needed. Getting out of your head, helping yourself, like some type of renewal or cleansing for this energy. Maybe getting away from this life stuff. Picking up a book. Maybe perfecting your crafts. Okay, travel, control, action, willpower, determination. Seven, 8, 9, angel number is significant. We got angel number 15 out here. 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. An emotionally immature individual or childlike individual, whether they are an actual child, whether it was talking about your inner child, younger self, whether it's talking about your intuition, whether it's talking about a message of one expressing their emotions, their love, a relationship, somebody that you have a relationship with. It doesn't have to be romantic. Somebody who's inexperienced within their emotions. Then you got this logical, analytical, head over heart, intellectual person, 35 years or older possibly. Doesn't have to be. You're not powerless. You're actually very far from it. just a little, you know, this is normal to explore with all that you've experienced being a person of who you are. This is normal, and you will come out of this. Nothing lasts forever. And I do mean that in the way of sense, like, it doesn't always rain. The sun always comes out to shine again. There's just some mental rest that's necessary. Some grieving and mourning the things that didn't work out, because a lot of you guys are still pretty stuck on that. Feel like you need to... I just feel you need a break. But at the same time, you know you got stuff to do because you're really smart. And you really know that this world is not something that's... It's like a chew you up, spit you out, money, power, sex, prey on everybody, use everybody. Some of y'all don't know what's real anymore. But thing is, you're not as confused as you think. You just keep getting stuck in your own head. And maybe your heart plays a lot into that. Some of you guys need to regulate your nervous system. Stand your ground. Move forward. Travel is really, really going to be significant. Maybe you just need to get away. And then maybe the clarity will be more clear. Because the clarity is already here. You already know what you want to do, which direction you want to go in. You already have the tools and resources necessary. But I just feel like paranoia and fear and restriction and a lot of those things could be holding you back. Maybe people as well. Things that you're not over. People who you may still love, or it's a lot of major arcanas out here. 6 major arcanas. A love situation is very significant. Like, gaining more information, I don't feel like it really needs to happen. I feel like you already have the clarity and answer that's necessary, that's needed. Some of y'all breakthrough is about to come. But in order to see it clearly, the confusion has to be gone. There needs to be some mental rest. That's like your brain being overloaded and you constantly trying to store something there. Whatever is... You already have whatever the answer is. Maybe it's just about action. Maybe it's about rest. Maybe it's about patience. Maybe it's just about getting away. You know, your mind getting away. People read books for that. People, you know, dive into what's the root cause so that it doesn't keep on reoccurring. So shadow work can be significant. Only you can keep yourself bound. I made a video, 3 parts actually, that talks about life is what you make it. Practice the law of detachment. Maybe y'all should go check that out. But of course, when you have beliefs and everything else that starts to get in the way because you haven't deprogrammed to reprogram, or whatever the case, unhealed trauma, more trauma, you know, whatever, that's when you kind of get back stuck in, you know, you're living rent-free in your own brain, in your own head. And some of y'all are very much too smart for that. So it's just, this is a tough one. Okay, this is tough. This is most definitely not for the weak, honey. This should not be downplayed either. All right, welcome you guys. This is a collective message. If you want to get on the list for a personal, the list is open. Nobody is currently on the list. If you do not know who I am, hi, my name is Lenisha. I am a divination practitioner, spiritual life coach, holistic consultant, multifaceted advisor, wise counsel, and many more things. I don't just do tarot readings, oracle readings, psychic intuitive readings. I also give advice in many, many areas. Heal. If you do not know what a holistic consultant is or wise counsel, please make sure you look it up. If you're interested in any of my services, please let me know. Readings are donation-based. Donation-based is anything that you're able to afford. But if you are able to afford my prices, $25 readings, $7 questions. Affordable, accurate, no bad reviews. If you want to go on my website to check out more about my services, to get a glimpse or even reviews, then they are on my website. If you want to leave your own review, in case you never left a review before when you got a reading or a service or anything from me, even if it was a collective, if you have any time to do so, may you please do so. All right, Aquarius, Capricorn, all fixed signs, which is Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. We got Virgo coming out, we got Leo. Okay, and some more energy out here. You can have any of these placements, or if there's people in your life that could be coming out in the reading, they can have any of these placements. Readings are in depth. I don't do many readings. Even if you send in a small donation, it will still be in depth. I don't do many readings, not because I don't want to do them, just because I always have a lot to say, honey. All right, I'm not really sensing any. Okay, yeah, something could just be complicated, honestly. Something is just complicated. It says lots of twists and turns, naughty situation, precarious, Precarious. We have undecided. So like I said, a lot of you guys, you do have free will. Sometimes we feel like, oh, it's the forces outside of us. You have free will. You got all the way up to this point because of your free will. Okay? So I suggest you don't keep yourself in your head, even though for a lot of you guys it's easier said than done. But that's why you should try certain mechanisms. Yeah, some of you guys are just going through the motions. You pretty much checked out. Something could have been a routine, or maybe you need a routine. Gold digger. In it for what they can get. Money hungry. Self-serving. This could have been people who you've been dealing with in your life. We got a dream world coming out. Living in a fantasy land. Illusions. Not real love. So a lot of you guys, this could be talking about a relationship. I don't feel like that's the main overall message. For some of you guys, everybody's life is different, but somehow we're able to be in one collective. A lot of you guys, there's more to the story. For some of you guys, the main overall energy is tying to your love life. Therefore, your relationships, your emotions, whether it's relationship with yourself, relationship with others, platonic or romantic connections. We got show off. Needs to prove themselves. Insecure. Exhibitionist. All right. Teasing. Dangling partial truths. Needing answers. Shifting. An earth sign could be significant. Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. Someone who's preoccupied with financial matters. Maybe you're preoccupied with financial matters. We got tangled web. Convoluted. Justifications. Caught up. In trance. Some of y'all really just caught up, honestly. Okay? It's time for this fresh start, and I feel like something's holding y'all back. We got up in the air. Not able to make solid plans. Flighty, ungrounded. Some of y'all could have been back and forth, honestly, to the point where you become emotionally withdrawn or detached, or maybe just been going through things for a while now. A false person and gifts. Somebody is not who they say they are. Or maybe you've come across a lot of people who weren't who they say they are. A lot of things are a blessing in disguise. Some things that are painful, challenging, a lot of times benefited you in a way that promoted strength, inner strength at that. Knowledge, wisdom, etc. We got concern. You or someone is concerned about something. Something that's on your mind all the time. Great fortune and sudden wealth on the back of the deck. That's good, but what about financial security? Five, 6, 7. If you guys want to get on the list is open. $7 questions, $25 readings. If you can't afford my prices, donation-based is accepted. If you want a more in-depth reading, $35 readings, $50 readings. If you are looking for advice and holistic consultant, a wise counsel, I am your girl. All right, make sure you schedule a free consultation to know more about my services, or you can just get on the list, honey. Imprisonment, that's what I'm saying. Somebody feeling trapped, confined, imprisoned, whether it's mentally or physically, literally. This could be in a relationship, this could be in a job, this can be just in life overall. This could be time to work. Somebody is in despair, but the pathway is lit. Pathway is lit. I feel like somebody needs to really just become aware of something, honestly. Heal. I just feel like something is just taking patience, honestly. Or something is just taking time. Be patient with this. Don't beat yourself up about anything. You could be in despair, somebody else could be in despair. I'm seeing not hiring. Something's going to turn around for someone, though. family could be significant. Unexpected income. Some of you guys could have been thinking about something. Somebody could be thinking about you. I'm seeing bad health, a coffin, a child or a fresh start or new beginnings, a journey, and distant horizons. False person. Why is false person and gifts coming out together? Time to some type of toil and labor, some type of work. Traveling to different countries could be significant. Maybe getting a passport or a visa. Pathway. This pathway has butterflies on it. Transformation. Official person. I feel like change is here. Change is here. Confirm concern. So an official person, maybe someone of high honor, maybe somebody who's official, who has status, could be concerned or having some type of concern. Maybe this is somebody towards the official person. Concern. Past, present, future energy could be significant. A lot of the things that I mentioned could be like in a sense of there was, will be, or is, right? Like, for example, there was a separation. There is a separation. There will be a separation, right? Whatever the case may be. For some of you guys, you've already have some type of clarity or something on the situation. You're being encouraged to use to trust in your intuition and to use your wisdom and your intelligence within a situation, because somebody could really just be like playing you for a fool, to be honest. Whatever this situation is, maybe it's tempting because there's money here, there's something here. This could be a lover, this could be family. Somebody is only in something for what they can get, especially if it's money. This is someone who's insecure. Someone who needs to prove themselves. Could be living in a fantasy, or maybe you're the one that's living in a fantasy. Due to illusion. Something is not real love. We got pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Then we have purpose. I know what I am here to do. Self-esteem, courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Some of y'all need to face those fears. Okay? A lot of you guys, there's some insecurities going on, or you were dealing with people who had insecurities, or both. That self-esteem needs to be higher. There's a lot of fear going on. It says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Face your fears. Some of y'all are encouraged to travel, to move forward, but somebody's in denial. It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. We got regret. I know that I cannot change the past. Your dreams could be significant. We got trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This is not real love. You need to trust, let go of the fear, stop being in denial, have courage, build up that self-esteem, because there's insecurities here. A lot of you guys can even blame yourselves, okay, or others. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Step into a leadership role, start being in this independent energy. It's time, okay? Don't rely on other people to save you, come to your rescue. Don't rely on other people to, pave the way or make, create financial security for you. That's the whole point of independence, individuality, not having to be dependent on anyone. We got friendship, empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Yeah. Confirm this dream world energy. Self-esteem. Confirm not real love. Denial. Confirm not real love. Change. Confirm illusions. Free yourself from the illusions. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Yep. You sure do. The crazy thing is for you to put it into other people who are not even safe for you to do so. That's why doubt and worry is here. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. When you get the truth and clarity, believe it the first time. And sometimes when there's confusion, sometimes it's only because there's denial or lack of trusting yourself. Lack of faith, a lot of fears. paranoia. Like I said, a lot of you guys are probably in fight or flight mode. Your nervous system needs to be regulated. So take this time to do those things and help yourself in those senses, because it's not just going to go away. You got to actually do some type of work to help release the fears, you know, and to help gain the confidence and courage and everything else, to release the codependency and the attachments and, you know, whatever else. It's literally not like you don't have the power. A lot of you guys are very intelligent, extremely intuitive. You actually already know which direction you want to go in. So this is really given low-key self-sabotage, okay? But not on purpose, but it's just you are the one that's in charge of your life. You can create your happiness. You can change whatever you don't like, etc. Sometimes it just takes doing the work. Sometimes it just takes patience after doing the work on something. Some of y'all, you need to keep on building and doing something, and then you'll start seeing the change or the shift or whatever. Mercury, Saturn. Think, learn, network, and communicate. All right, we got Saturn coming out. It says feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. Gotta help yourself get out of this space and energy. Maybe a shifted perspective, deprogramming to reprogram, mental rest, networking, collaboration, working smarter, not harder. For some of y'all, it actually is going to require hard work. We got the moon here. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. On the back, we got Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Persistence, patience, and practicality. Yeah. Whatever this is gonna take the actual use of doing something about something. If you want change, you have to do something about it. You have to implement it. You have to shift it. A lot of you guys, you need to satisfy your own emotional needs. You don't need to be emotionally dependent on anyone. You don't need to be financially dependent on anyone. You know, that's the main thing that you want to do. I mean, it's fine to ask for help, accept help, etc. But you want to make sure that you're always keeping yourself in a position where you don't. It's similar to like giving people the power to feed you is also giving people the power to starve you as well. You know, I just feel like it's about being self-reliant, not allowing certain thoughts to interfere with your goals, your dreams, and the things that you're trying to accomplish, because I feel like certain things could be getting in the way of that. Especially after getting into connections with people who let you down, etc. I'm seeing a union here. It says merging and coming together. Ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Going by the book, doing something by the book maybe could be a thing. So, is the collective looking at a situation with trust issues? If it's a situation they can trust. House 7 and Uranus coming out. Uranus ties to rebelliousness and revolution. House 7 ties to profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partners. On the back of the deck, we have Scorpio. Time to intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Because I already picked up on this energy of something not being real, and you guys are being in denial about it for some of you. So maybe that's just it, like moving forward from those type of things. Trusting yourself. In the midst of your thoughts interfering because you're trapped in your own mind. Also being resilient. Pushing through something. Stand your ground. This spiritual growth is significant. Confirm conjunction. What is conjunction out here for? Confirm conjunction. Tied to Aries energy. Independence, bravery, and passion. Could be in Aries. You can be in Aries. Or it could just, like I said, tied to independence, bravery, and passion when it comes to some type of union, whether it's a union of self, others. It's tied to something merging and coming together. Maybe this could be something merging and coming together in the space of independence. You know, bravery, passion. On the back it says Mars, confirmation. It says move forward and defend self. So I honestly just feel like something was not real and true. You got shown whatever you got shown. Yeah, it says hurt and heal. The planet Chiron is out here. I don't feel like you imagined whatever this was, daydreamed whatever this was. You know, but maybe some of y'all, you become confused, etc. The devil itself is working real hard right now. But I feel like just keep pushing through and, you know, whatever direction you want to go in, you are ambitious, you're determined. Don't forget that. Keep moving forward in that manner. Whenever things seem like it's getting hard or whatever the case may be, go within. Maybe connect with people who are similar to you. Or like just figure things out. You know, you're not somebody that just deal with stuff, take it, and you're a lost cause. No, you're somebody who's extremely intelligent, who has all the tools and resources. But for some of y'all, it's just like fear and low self-esteem that's really getting in the way. And denial. Trust. Whether that's trust yourself, whatever you believe in. Take this practical approach. Some of y'all, a new job is here, a promotion is here, or maybe it's encouraged. You know, I know how you feel about the system and all this other stuff, but if that's the way that you know as of now, like maybe get into like teaching yourself about other things, like how you can survive without, you know, being a part of this matrix, or maybe just erase the whole idea of matrix from your mind, because it's possibly was holding you back from even doing stuff in the first place, you know. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, some of y'all, maybe you stand your ground, keep moving forward in a particular way, but take a practical approach. For others of y'all, maybe gain a shifted perspective. Don't fall for the illusions. You know exactly what you're feeling. Whatever, you know, trust and whatever this is, you know, be independent. Some of y'all, like I said, it's going to take hard work. It's going to take actual change, consistency, patience for whatever this is that you're experiencing. Air. Yep. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Yep. I just love this lip gloss. Glossy Lips by LA Colors. All right. We got strangers. You be seeing strangers in your dreams. You could be hearing shouting in your dreams, or your dreams has a lot to do with maybe people shouting at you, causing some type of fragmentation, or like pieces being chipped of your self vessel. So you've been hurt, it's time to heal. You've gained inner strength from all of these challenges. Whatever situation that you're dealing with these people, situations, or maybe this is to come in the future, beware, because there could be some type of illusion, something that's not what it seems. Maybe this is, you're a person that is of giving and receiving, while you're dealing with takers. Nothing about giving, just receiving. This is not real love. This is illusions. It's in the form of an illusion because maybe some of you guys are in denial. Maybe a part of you has been shattered mentally, emotionally, etc. Everything is just being broken down, hence the Tower. Ego deaths. Death and rebirth. The death came out earlier. A complete different version of self. With your free will, what are you going to create now? What is it going to be? You can either go by the book. You can either tune into your own inner counsel, trust yourself, maneuver. Well, you can do that regardless of whichever, doing it by the book or not. The moon is here. Nudity is here. Blessing and shoes are coming out together. Nature. All right, so this could be significant in some type of way. Writing. All right, but this can also be significant within your dreams. Age number 11, 10, 29, 14, 22, and 15. 15 could be significant. The moon usually ties to emotions, feelings. Oh. Love this deck. It says Heavenly Bodies Astrology, the deck by Lily Ashwell. Libra energy, consideration, fairness, and harmony. On the back it says you're the shit. I'm the shit, but you know damn well I ain't number 2. Just got a feeling you can't shake. That little voice inside you, listen to that shit. This is the Rebel deck. That's why it's so bold. You gotta stop obsessing. On the back, it says, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky little bastards. All right, any messages for the collective with this deck in particular? It says loosen the F up, control freaks. Don't get laid. What? I don't know why a while ago it encouraged to get laid. I'm telling you, it did. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But it says loosen the F up, control freaks. Don't get laid. I could have sworn this said the complete opposite. But it says you equals tight ass. Some of y'all need to loosen up a bit. Maybe stop taking life so seriously, but also take it seriously. If you know what I mean. We got the lightning bolt coming out. It says figure shit out on your own. You don't need nobody in your life who is toxic or hindering you mentally, emotionally, etc. You can do bad all by yourself. And a lot of times you are more than capable of figuring things out. You don't need your family, you don't need that lover, you don't need that friend, you don't need this and that. It's good to have, you know, support systems and people who you can trust and love, but a lot of people that you guys were dealing with, because the message wouldn't come out as such if you were connected with people who you could trust, who were good for you, to you, etc., right? So maybe a lot of you guys had your fair share of disrespect, betrayal, right? Maybe you've been a person who just give grace. Maybe you're a person who always seen things from this side and that side, and, you know, whatever the case may be. And that's fine. You don't ever have to get rid of those things. It's just about using your discernment on where to put these things now. You're not judging anyone, but you do have good judgment. You can know that a person is not healthy for you, or a situation doesn't take bumping your head in order to know that, I shouldn't go that way, or I shouldn't invest in this, right? You've experienced a fair share of life to know better. It's not about... No. All right, any more messages? Some of y'all are encouraged to just make, you know, better choices. That's it. It says you are the best thing to ever happen to you. It says go easy on your ass. Buy your own damn drink. Right. Be independently wealthy. Be emotionally dependent, not codependent. You know, you are the best thing that ever happened to you, not anybody else. Because everybody else who came into your life, honey, it was just the bare minimum. They wasn't reciprocating anything that you were able to, you know what I'm saying? So nobody is a loss. You are the loss. Okay? Whatever you've been experiencing, it's not love. It never was love. There's something better. But you have to, you know, stay on your high horse, honey. Stop getting down and trying to save the crabs in the bucket. They just gonna keep you there and pull you down, and their energy is gonna be contagious upon you. Then you're gonna start to lose parts and pieces and bits of yourself like you've already been doing for years now. It's time to stop the pattern, to break the cycle. And I feel like a lot of you guys are ready for that, but for some reason, self-esteem, there's low self-esteem possibly. There's fear, there's restriction. You can do this. That's what I'm saying. Detox. Detox from the negative thoughts. Detox from whatever everybody else told you should be done, how it should be done. All right. It says drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. Yeah, basically. Declutter. Unfriend, unlover, unfamily member, a motherfucker. Excuse my language. Some of y'all are encouraged to ask an expert. It says ask a fucking expert. All right, it says get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Some good shit is about to happen. All right, so with the get over yourself, pull your shit together, it says help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. And with some good shit is about to happen to you, it says don't let your issues fuck it up. Confirmation. All right, it says shit is going down with your job. reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. Okay? Literally. We got be fucking grateful. Eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. Stop texting. Stop stalking. Stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. Okay, it says spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. All right, time to let go. It says move the fuck on. Yeah, basically. We got love here. It says get some, give some. It will cheer your ass up. Make it rain. That's what this says. Whew. Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. Main idea for the collective. What's the main message here? Have you eaten? You're acting like a big ass baby. You need food in your belly. Eat a fucking taco. Okay. What's the main message for this collective? You are giving too many fucks. Give zero. What's the main message here for the collective? Laugh. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? Excuse my language. That's what these says. All right. Be fucking grateful. It says shit could be so much worse. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. You need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. You got fuck fear. It will lie to your face. Stop obsessing. It says you are not the fucking center of the universe. And you're special, of course. I'm not saying that's what that means, but... Alright, it says they broke your heart. Fuck them. Whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. Get some fucking sleep. You're being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face the pillow now. Child, I'm not about to play. On the back, it says, stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Alrighty then. Damn. Okay. Like I said, your feelings are valid. You guys was going through some tough shit, you know? Excuse my language. But like I said, we are in control of our lives. We do have free will. We can change our world. We can change our reality. You don't sit, you know, of course, feel your emotions, hurt, heal them, but don't dwell, don't sit in it. Sadness eventually becomes depression. Anger eventually turns into resentment. This eventually becomes it. We don't know. Nip it in the bud. Okay? Whatever you feel like needs change, please change it. Sometimes you be a little bit too in your head. Sometimes fear takes over. Sometimes low self-esteem takes over. Sometimes fears and restriction takes over. Being in your comfort zone, codependency, doing things that you know are not good for you, whether that's you know, not feeding your body what it needs, whether that's you constantly connecting with people who have hurt you, disrespected you, etc. It's not real love. For those of you who need to hear, it's not real love. It is not real love. Okay? You love them. Maybe they wanted something with you, but there is better. Okay? You're overwhelmed. You're beat the hell up. Okay? You've been abused. You've been hurt. You've been, you know, feel like you're left out in the cold. Why keep going back to things that hurt you, you know? So I feel like this is just really accepting the truth that you already stumbled across before, or that you already know in this moment in time. All right. You don't have time for the chaos and the confusion and other people's bullshit, right? You deserve reciprocity. You don't deserve being put in third parties. You don't deserve, you know, being in unrequited love situations. You don't deserve not living the life that has really always been meant for you to live. It's your time now. It's big things happening, change happening. We got self-love on the back. All right. Unexpected outcome coming out in the reverse. Things didn't go the way I planned. Some of y'all, you can just feel something about to happen, or know something is going to happen for you. All right. It says, I am still trying to heal. Y'all could still be trying to heal, yeah. You know, you're being drained from stress. But I feel like at this point in time, you can't really focus on anybody else except for yourself. And the thing is not like you are... Confirm this Two of Cups. Confirm the Two of Cups. Confirm the Two of Cups. From the Lovers. From the Lovers. It's time to go from South Node to North Node. So I feel like whatever connection you were in, you help people realize their flaws. You could have been in some type of runner-chaser dynamic. All right, you and another person could be hurting from a situation. But look, forgiveness, nothing wrong with that. But all the patterns and the back and forthness, that's not going to help nobody, okay? So what you can do is apply the wisdom, trust yourself, move forward. There's something better. There is something better. No more being in your head, no more lollygagging, whatever the word is. Lollygagging. We got have faith. Discover your life purpose. You have options. Entrapment is here. Nobody can trap you. It's all in your head. Break away. And any connections that are based on that energy, dead it. This is clearly not going to be your family and tribe. So that encourages you to have courage, okay? Your inner child is very significant. All right? We got selling out. Don't do that. Rejection. Yeah, have faith. Say what you mean. Okay? Say what you mean. What is the advice here for the collective when it comes to this situation, this connection? It's Two of Cups energy. We got wild. Hole in the soul. What is the advice when it comes to this Two of Cups situation? Sexuality and Phoenix rising. Pride. Use things to your advantage. I'm not saying like use people, but I'm just saying the lessons that you've obtained, the experience, and move forward accordingly. Any more messages for the collective? What are they? What are the messages here? Frustration. I knew sweetness. I wanted to say sweetness earlier when I was looking at that devil energy so bad. All right, so frustration is here. Passion, trust, strength, and sweetness. Okay, and ghost. Confirm frustration. Confirming frustration is sadness. Frustration is here because of sadness. Confirm passion. Maybe because you guys had like a lot of passion. Yeah. We got cleanse. Maybe indulging your passions to help cleanse. Or maybe it's time to cleanse so that you can feel like this spark of renewal again in your energy. Confirm trust. We got isolation. Okay? You were isolated for a reason. Trust this isolation period. Confirm strength. We got movement. Yes. Be strong. Forward movement. Confirm isolation. Hunger. What do you want? What do you want? What are you hungry for? What are you determined for? What are you ambitious towards? Trust. 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 Confirm sweetness. Stop. Some of you guys give grace. You're very empathetic. You're very kind. Some of you guys need to stop being so sweet. Okay? You won't get very far. Because the people that benefit off of this energy are people who are crabs in a bucket, narcissistic tendencies and traits, people who are operating from devil energy. A lot of you guys are not as sweet as you were. You're more sour. Or you stopped being so sweet. Maybe it's encouraged to be strategic in your life. Some of you guys went ghost. Confirm ghost. Yeah. Because you needed space. Confirm space. So that your energy can get back together. Yeah, I feel like this has a lot to do with your awareness. See, I feel like you guys know what you're doing for real. Like, you know what you're doing for real. It only seems like you all over the place, or you don't, or it's confusion, you frustrated. It only seems that way, but it's not the case. Death is coming out again. Abundance is here. Divine timing is really significant. We got lead. Need to communicate. Spanish could be significant. Bilingual. Being bilingual. Maybe learning a new language. Let's celebrate in advance. Period. Living my life like it's golden. Jill Scott. Song. We got danger. There's no danger. There's no danger, love. You are the only one that's putting yourself in danger. For not trusting yourself. Not doing the things that you're passionate about. Allowing your thoughts to consume you. To keep you stagnant or fearful. That's danger. That's dangerous. But everything else, it's an illusion. It don't exist. It's all in your head. Protector is here. You're being protected. You are a protector. You are attracting this. I'm seeing unexpected receipts. I'm telling you, some of y'all about to come into some type of intuitive downloads. Love story. New friends coming out in the reverse. Some of y'all need to get new friends here. But I mean, if you feel like you are in isolation intentionally or whatever the case may be, then maybe you cooking up something for real. Maybe that's just what's going on, okay? Yeah, it says more powerful. We got gifts. Don't believe that. Maybe there's going to be some type of unexpected receipts come in that you're encouraged not to believe in as well. Like I said, you're going to have to really trust your intuition. And I'm seeing a dispute here. Could be tied to your love story. But I'm seeing let it run its course, okay? Because there's some new beginnings here ready to come in. Something is ready. But you got to stop doing the same things over and over. Connected with the same people over and over. I'm seeing there is a right way. Fight. Damn. It says it's time to fight back. We got fight and it's time to fight back. Especially when it comes to these trickster spirits, trickster energies. It's time to lead. It's time to lead. This is where you're going to get that ideal result. That sweet love. All right. Some of you guys are encouraged to keep silent. I'm seeing need to communicate and keep silent. There could be some type of conflicting energies going on. We got a clown coming out with betrayal and follow your heart. Somebody still loves you, but I'm seeing there's a new opportunity here. You're encouraged to watch your health, okay? Watch your health. Trust your instincts. You do have a bright future. I'm seeing a new life, but maybe change is to come first. Or maybe it's not up for discussion and it's going to happen anyway. Some of you guys are a superstar. You're about to reach some type of fame. I'm seeing a new romance is here as well. Someone's watching you. You're right about something as well. I'm seeing that you should start fresh. You're on a new level. All right, be careful. Be careful because there's people watching you. Praying on your downfall possibly. Old friends or old situations. But there's something big and beautiful that's happening. Something that's like, I'm telling you, you're more powerful. Or something that's more powerful is happening. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So, a Queen of Swords, King of Swords dynamic could be significant. A fiery energy with a intellectual, talkative type of energy possibly. But yeah, it's time to move forward. You're extremely strong. You've endured a lot. But I don't think you should continue to endure anything else. I feel like you should stand your ground. Fight back. Don't allow people to change you. Don't allow yourself to not live the life that was always meant for you. Anybody who ever played with you, make that their last time ever playing with you again. Don't give anybody any more chances to mess over you, to hurt you, etc. You are in the driver's seat of your own life. You are somebody who is a 10 out of 10. So your life is meant to be a 10 out of 10 as well. So it's time to take back your power, take back your life, start anew. There's some new opportunities here. New relationships, everything. Stand your ground. Life can go any and every way, but you do have free will. So if you want it to go great, do great things, make better choices. If you don't want it to be so great, then keep doing the same shit you've been doing, okay? Not trusting in yourself, keep, breaking your own heart by possibly not making the best decisions or whatever the case may be. gotta strive. Let go of fear. I'm telling you. I feel like a lot of this has a lot to do with you, yourself, rather than any and everybody else. All right, we got a surprise here. New beginnings. Tell me. Ooh. No regrets. Unspoken. Don't you miss when you used to laugh and be more of yourself? You are somebody who's blessed. Life can really change overnight for you, man. I just feel like man, soulmate energy is very significant though. I feel like but both of you guys are just on your own individual paths, honestly, because I feel like this is time to integrate with self rather than trying to come into union with other, because you gotta really come into like a stable and solid foundation within self. You can't tend to any and everybody else until you most definitely have tended to yourself. You can't be out here still not knowing who you truly are, not even knowing what beliefs are real or not knowing if, you know, what's my purpose. Not that needs to be understood. I'm not telling you how life should go, what it should be, what you should do. That's up for you to decide. But I do feel like a lot of you guys, there is something that's like a right way for you specifically. You know, we're not talking about everybody else. We're not talking about generally. We're talking about you. If this message resonates for you, okay? So, be hopeful, be optimistic, but tend to yourself in these moments and times and get your life where you want it to be. The main focus, I know it's been normalized. Man meets woman, woman meets man, and wedding and children in the house. But no, that's what everybody else has created. If that's what you want, it can exist. But right this time. You know, healthy connections, healthy dynamics, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, etc. Now, aside from everybody else, connect to self, nature, maybe network with people if you want to do that. Some of y'all are in isolation. I don't know why you're in isolation. Maybe you have a reason. Okay? But heal whatever needs to be healed. Implement change in the areas that are needing change. Get out of your head, because that's keeping you, literally, it's not doing anything for you, honestly. It ain't doing nothing. If something's not real love, you're in denial, please stop. Maybe if things that I mentioned is not your energy, it's someone else's that's in your energy for some reason. All right, but justice is here. Legal situations, the law, liberation, fairness, truth. Yeah. 8 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Time to put you first. You can balance it out with, you know, whatever else, but no more self-sacrificing. Neptune, idols and intuition, dream and transcend. Facts. Yang energy. Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Time to proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Yes, honey. Dream, ascend, forward motion, proactivity, expression, doing. Your third house is significant, tying to early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Y'all picked up on a lot of things way earlier in life. And I don't feel like a lot of things was the right things. A lot of you guys experienced hurt at a young age as well. But I feel like it'll all make sense in the end. Just keep moving forward and don't give up. Okay. If you guys want to get on the list, $25 readings, $7 questions. For a more in-depth reading or question, $10 questions, $15 questions, $35 readings, $50 readings. If you are interested in my other services, I am a holistic consultant, wise counsel, multifaceted advisor, and many more things. I don't just do tarot readings, oracle readings, or psychic intuitive readings. Alright, so trust your intuition, you guys. There's nobody currently on the list. If anybody wants to hop on the list before I get off, this video will be uploaded to my YouTube in case you've missed it or in case you can't stay for the remainder of the message. I'm seeing 2 different financial situations. Some of y'all, this could tie to fame, public eye. Some of y'all, just keep moving forward. I'm telling you, you keep moving forward, you're going to walk right into your purpose. You're going to walk right into the life that was always destined for you. You're going to walk right into the relationships that are meant for you. I'm telling you. Want to know why? Because you're doing things differently. With purpose, with intent, with determination, with ambition. Indulging in passions. Creating the life that was always meant for you. Not the life that was programmed for you. So, the Fool is coming out. I'm seeing you embark on a brand new journey. This is a new you, new life, new reality. Keep moving forward. Okay, I don't know who these people are that are coming up as soulmate energies, but a lot of you guys are isolated right now, and I feel like it's for a reason. You will come together with people in divine timing. Don't rush the process. Until then, focus on you. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I told you, I know we've been programmed to think, you know, people, relationship. Oh, humans need people. And that, what you need is a sense of self and security in self. Etc. You've been through a lot. Any final messages here for the collective? Patience. Planting seeds. And being patient with the results. A garden or watering your personal garden is significant. I'm seeing growth here. A lot of you guys, it's time to grow. It's time to implement certain things that can promote this. It's time to heal from whatever you are still grieving, whatever still hurts, whatever is still painful. Even if these beings no longer walk the earth, or even if they still do, and you have to, it's time. It's time to let go. It's time to release. It's time to start anew. It's time to rebuild self again. That happily ever after, I am seeing it in your future. I am. But some of y'all, it'll just take time. You are able to attract relationships, but it's about what kind of relationships they are. Okay, you don't need to keep on going through the lessons and the lessons and the lessons. You already learned pretty much enough to where you're pretty much astute. Extremely tapped in with your gifts. You can sense a false person a mile away with your eyes closed. So I feel like you can also sense when something is off within your own energy as well. So I feel like this is really just cultivating, or like just coming into this certain energy of self. And then eventually, as you continue to just maneuver, you'll come into your soul tribe connections, if that's what you want. If you prefer to be the loner, then you'll be a happily successful loner with no regrets. For others of y'all, if you prefer the connections and the happy families and the children, that's to come too. But you can't have that with any and everybody. There is a such thing as alignment, divine timing, etc. If this message resonates for you. And I feel like that's what will happen. You know, we create our reality based on our own beliefs, thoughts, and actions. So a lot of you guys, as we heard before, make better choices. Cut that person off who is a complete asshole to you, disrespectful, hurt you. You know, hurt and move on. Don't sit in that energy. Don't keep dwelling in it. Some of y'all, you're not purposely dwelling on things. You're just still hurt by it, but it's still showing up as crying over spilled milk. Because you can't go back in the past. You can't change things. Whatever happened has happened. Okay? So it's honestly the energy, not to be all insensitive about it if that's how it's coming off. But it's not it's not doing anything for you but possibly hindering your health, honestly. Your progress, your movement, your drive, your passion, your energy, you know? Yeah, literally. So it's time to return back to self. Do the inner child work, do the shadow work, anything to help you. Okay, you can't allow other people to fill the void for you. Oh, well, let me, my family and you, especially going back to what hurt you, that would never work. Because these people, just like how you weren't capable of dishing out trauma to people, that exists. So if you're dealing with people who are capable, what are you expecting to get? That's like, connecting with a person who's a liar, hoping that they won't lie. Like, what? You got to connect with somebody who's not a liar so that you won't have to hope that they won't lie. Because, so it's like, what you receive, that's just what you're going to get, Work smarter, not harder. For a lot of you guys, whatever you're wanting to obtain in life or accomplish, some of y'all is going to take hard work. That's different between working smarter, not harder. Those things can still coexist. A lot of things don't have to be done perfectly, but change is necessary. Self-esteem, courage, releasing fears, letting go of things that no longer serves you. That includes people. Your health is more important. A life of freedom and peace is more important. Happiness, joy, that's more important. Constant worrying, overthinking, and getting hurt and all. You're not tired of that? You ain't tired? Okay. Your past is very significant, or people of the past is significant. Family, people who you have kids with, kids by, whatever. But I am picking up on soul tribe energy. Really knocking at your door. But you gotta, certain things has to get into play first. Knight of Cups. On a mission of love, relationships, emotions. Illusions, confusions, having a lot of options. Mourning, dwelling, planting seeds, waiting for them to sprout, but possibly being impatient. Collaborations, networking, apprenticeship, happy families, nostalgia, childhood, the past, people from your past, hard fun. Taurus, values, beliefs, and there's the devil again. All of these energies came out again in another tarot deck. Religious teachers, spiritual leaders, or whatever the case may be, could be significant. Doing something by the book, being someone who's wise, listening to someone talk. Maybe you're a speaker. I feel like a lot of you guys have been programmed since you were young. Life has already been programmed for you. It's crazy. But it's time to snap out of it. Break out of the illusion. Instead of following everybody doing this. or whether they moving in place, whatever. But it's time for you to do differently. Whatever, just, you know, something wants to come in. Something wants to come in. But I feel like this is just gonna come whenever you're just living life, maneuvering for real, independently wealthy on this new beginning, new journey. That's when the progress gonna really start picking up and happening. I feel like right now there's a release and letting go that's going on, death and rebirth here. There's clarity, there's truth. Y'all working on something or encouraged to, like I said, perfecting your crafts, becoming an expert at something. 2 different financial situations, 2 financial decisions, deciding on 2 different financial decisions. A back and forthness could be going on. But yeah, any last messages and confirmations for the collective to wrap this message up? Yep. Hurt, heal, release, let go. Work smarter, not harder, but also work hard. Balance out spirituality and practicality. Get some sleep. Give your mind a break. Whatever seeds you're planting, be patient with them to sprout. You've experienced defeat, something that changed you. Whether it was betrayal, whether it was something within your family, within your love life. Apathy, regret. Now it's time to release all of these energies. They don't serve you. You've experienced them. Now it's time to, okay. Yes, I went through this. I accept that has happened. I acknowledged it. I forgive, whether it's myself or others, so that you can move forward. Because you got, life is not going to stop. It's going to be ongoing. And there you go. 5 years later, still depressed. Still not doing what you said you was going to do when you made that New Year's resolution in 2015. In 2022. This is not beating you up. This is just helping you realize, honey bun, you got to make better choices. And whatever it is that you want to be changed, you have the power to change it. Stop relying on, fate. One day, no. How did you get here today? It was because of your own free will and you actually implementing some type of action. You can wish upon a star. That's fine. You can manifest. That's fine too. But I'm going to need you to, practicality. The actual use of doing something. You in your head, do something about it. You in your feels, do something about it. But don't keep doing things that are bad for you, harmful for you, etc. Some of y'all, you love people greatly, deeply, but they cannot love you back in a healthy way. That's what make it not real love. There's something better. People who can actually love you, care for you. Some of y'all, you ready to, I want this person to cater to me and to do this, and I don't want to have to work no more. Some of y'all, you're going to need to work, okay? I understand some of y'all, you want to overthrow the government and you don't like how things are going right now. But if that's the only way that you know how to live and survive at the moment, then just, I almost want to say compromise. If you don't want to compromise, then do something about it. Learn how to garden. Okay? Learn how to make, get your own food. Build your own home or whatever. It don't have to be nothing in the new age where they use, cement and like all this other stuff. You can literally use dirt, water to create mud. Get those straw sticks that are like leaves, but they look like straws. Smash that together. You go a good old pace. Go somewhere in the boondocks. Whether you want to go out the country or whether you want to be in the country, just go somewhere where there's no... They always saying that everything is claimed. There's no land that's not claimed. But I think that's a lie, okay? Lies exist. You know that. That's why you went through all the stuff that you went through. Okay? To know that lies exist, manipulation exists, all this stuff. If human beings created rules and this, and that, why can't you create rules and this, and that? You letting people tell you what to do, how to live, etc. So if you just are not with all that no more, then do something about it. Or be quiet and use it to your advantage until you are in that energy where you like, I bet I ain't working no more. I'm about to do this. Some of y'all, you just need to have faith, honestly, in your dreams, your goals, your passions. Some of y'all, you need to actually try. You give up before you even started. You ain't even do nothing for real. You just like, man, this hard. You posted one video, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 100. So you gotta see. I don't know if you heard this saying before where they say, see, the universe pays you back with consistency, hard work. And a lot of people, that don't have to be the case for a lot of people. Like I said, you don't have to be attached to like different beliefs and this, and that. Anything can happen. Anything is possible, whether something is easy or not as easy. It don't matter at the end of the day. Just, but to keep you from being stagnant or on the roller coaster wheel, you got to do something. If you sick and tired of working in this government stuff, then do something about it. If you can't really figure out what to do about it, which you really can, and you just probably just confused, then I would say to just, in the meantime, do what you can do, what you gotta do. Work smarter, not harder. Okay? But all the stagnant and in your head and the pity and that it's not really doing that for you. You could have been where you wanted to be in life a while ago. And I feel like this is, once again, not a message to beat you up about things, but it's just a message. Just tarot, it just talks about the reality of things, your life. If this is not your message, it's not your message. If it is, you know what to do. This message will be uploaded to my YouTube. Yeah, do what you need to do ASAP. Stay ready, don't get ready. It's coming out in the reverse. You already have all the tools and resources you need. Okay, we got career change here. So this could be happening, whether it's something that you don't see coming, whether you're doing this yourself. Catastrophic is here. I'm not sure why. It could be past, present, future. We got something that could be significant. Body pain, twitching, bumps and bruises, marks or scars, missing or moved items. Okay, we got topic of discussion. That can be met in many ways, whether you're the topic of discussion or whatever. Tattoo artist, corporate office, driver, airport worker, news worker. Could be significant. Appreciate life and where you are now, or regret not doing so. Yeah, because something, I'm telling you, people grow up. They're no longer young. They're no longer this. They're no longer that. We didn't appreciate our bodies enough. Now we got arthritis and diabetes and everything. That's what I'm saying. Remember, we talked about, doing things that are healthy for you. Whatever you want to be changed, you have the power to change it. We got reporting. That can be said in many ways. We got workout, yoga, manifest, affirmation, praying, Detox. Detox came out again. Channeled music. Significant. I'm going to play a random song so we can see. Remember the good times. Anything to help you laugh again and help you heal, okay? Alright, for my personal playlist. Someone is coming towards you. Could be a Scorpio, Gemini, Leo, or Aquarius. Don't have to be. Can be any placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Alright, this Taylor Swift song, The Fate of Ophelia. Could be significant. That's the channel song I got. Alright, it says they want something in return. Remember we talked about how somebody wanted something from you. That double energy. Alright, we got night sweats, headaches, amnesia, vivid dream, and nightmare. No appetite. Up and down vibe. Within the next month or years from now, it's going to be a timeline for this collective. It says live your life because you may live to regret it. You ain't got time to be sitting in depression and sad and stressed out about that ex. Cut them off then. Move forward. Gain new friendships. Do this, do that. Focus on yourself. Build up your business. Get into the music. Do this, whatever. Plant a garden. Do something. Show more empathy and compassion here. Life is what you make it. I did make a 3-part video of Life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? It says you are thinking about the right individual. Whoever you're thinking about. For some of y'all. We got singer, dancer, musician, writer, model, photographer. Just gotta do shit, okay? Like, I know me, I was thinking, why even get into these things? Like, maybe before I wanted to get into stuff, but then I started feeling like shit was a scam. It was no reason, because I'm be living in the Matrix. Like, all this stuff, but the whole time it was just keeping me. It was even keeping me from trying to, like, do the whole 9-to-5 thing, purchase an apartment thing, or, like, all that other stuff, you know? Because me personally, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to see. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We got premeditated. The messages can mean different things for different people. It don't have to mean what it means to me, to you. It can mean something totally different. But that's why you guys are encouraged to trust in your intuition. Because, you know, it says life is hard. I am tired. I feel you. I feel you. But it don't have to be like that. All right? It's a mind thing. It says slow and steady wins the race. All right? Slow and steady wins the motherfucking race. Country music is significant. Alright, we're going to get some channel messages out here from this personal deck that I made. It says this is your confirmation. You may hear a confirmation come out. Can I get some confirmations here for the collective based on the message that we just did? Lovers and Friends song by T-Pain. Could be significant. Any messages here for the collective? Try new things. Alright, it says, I hope to see you again sometime. This could be how somebody feels about you, how you feel, what somebody could have said to you. That person could be significant. Alright, we got pay attention to the signs. Maybe this could be when it comes to that situation, or maybe this could be something that is not even associated with that, or both. Alright, any more messages for the collective? All right, it says, I've had a lot of partners. This could be your energy. Don't have to be. It says, I still have your number. All right, on the back it says, delusional. Start podcast. It says, have a game night. We got neglect. Third-party situations, beware. Some of y'all, you really need to start on that podcast. That came out twice. We got power here. On the back it says, limiting. It takes time. And then we have emotionally exhausted. You could be emotionally exhausted. Someone else. All right. Twig card could be significant. Take a different approach. The month of January is significant. Or the zodiac signs of January, which I believe is Capricorn and Aquarius. Don't live the stories of others. Create your own. All right? Following your higher self's footsteps. These are confirmations. Okay, triggers are here. A person that causes harm. That's possibly why you have triggers. Of course. Publicly embarrassed. Twin flame. Dads. Lean on trusted individuals to help you get through things, okay? It says this person doesn't see your potential. You search branches for what only lives in the roots. Look or go deeper or elsewhere. High school sweetheart. Obstacles. Miserable. If, you know, this could be your energy or it could be someone else. Past, present, future energy could be significant. There was, there is, or there will be. Okay? Past, present, future. You can feel like something unfair or somebody else can. On the back we have fair though. Which just shows, like I said, just instead of drowning in one's own sorrows and feeling pity, just take accountability for your own life. You know, karma is usually from cause and effect, consequences of one's actions. What we don't do, what we do, you know, be doing. All right, keep that in mind. You have the power to create and change any and everything in your own life. All right, something about the same or identical cities could be significant, like the same place as another. Like you and another from Texas, so Texas is significant, right? Or whatever the case may be. All right, confirmation to pay attention to the signs. Whether you've been seeing red flags, whether you're needing to be more attentive, whether you have been receiving certain messages already. Some of you guys know the answer and you're just encouraged to look deeper. You could be miserable or other people could be feeling this energy. There could be some obstacles for sure, but it ain't stopping nothing, okay? A high school sweetheart of yours could be significant. High school is the 9th grade through the 12th grade, generally, okay? But if that's not what it is for you, then just apply it to how it fits. All right, father figures or dads are very significant, whether it's baby dads or biological fathers of your own or someone else's. All right. There was, is, or will be something that's like publicly embarrassing, possibly. That doesn't have to really be the future energy. All right. A person that causes harm is significant. Triggers. Don't allow other people to project on you. Some people may tell you, oh, you will never be anything in life. Or, oh, you can't get far without me. Or that. Don't believe it. Even what you've been programmed to do. Grow up. Abide by the rules of the hierarchy or this and that. have children, do this and do that. I'm telling you, stand in your power. Something you could be limiting, like your fears could be limiting you, your low self-esteem, something getting in the way. All right, a twig card is significant. I don't know why. Maybe you're encouraged to get one. Maybe you have one. I don't know, honey. All right, it says neglect. This person could neglect people, and it says this person could have experienced neglect. Remember, we carry our own bags, honey. Our own baggage, our own weight, our own whatever traumas. We have to tend to that and heal to that. It's nobody else's fault, problem, responsibility at all. Don't feel guilty. Sometimes y'all give too much grace. Live your life accordingly. All right? I'm seeing fair and unfair. I feel like something was unfair, but karma is being dealt out. Something is about to be turned fair. All right, heavy on the Start Your Podcast for my speakers, okay? People will listen to you. Have a game night for some of you guys. It's significant. Beware of third-party situations, okay? Heavy on the try new things. Feel like you guys are emotionally exhausted. Don't worry, it takes time. Okay, this could be separate messages, just letting you know something takes time. Confirmation that there is delusion here, whether it's your own energy or someone else's. Somebody misses you and hopes to see you again. You could be a man or a divine masculine, or a man could be significant in your life. We got occupied here. Some of y'all are about to be booked and busy, or just occupied, busy, okay? Or it's encouraged. All right, confirmation to dream huge. Some of y'all, you dreaming small, you thinking small. You got to think big, bitch. All right, excuse my language. Confirmation, they miss you. And we have kids are involved. I had already told y'all, you are not a loss. I mean, they are not a loss. You are the loss. Stop playing small. Dream big and live it up. Literally. It says, get everything your soul desires and deserves. Leave no crumbs. Go for your goals or dreams. What is it that you have? What is a dream of yours? Some of y'all, you're a new person now. Maybe you have different dreams. Maybe you have the same dreams. Hell, I don't know. All right. You could be experiencing some money issues, but as we talked about earlier, that is only temporary. Okay. Look, confirmation. Financial difficulties are seized. Some of you guys, you're no longer experiencing the money issues. All right. The thought of you with someone else kills me. So, people should have thought about that before they play with y'all, huh? You are getting the job. So, for a lot of you guys who have been hearing, not hiring, you are going to be getting some type of job. Somebody is watching you, whether it's on social media or whatever. They could have some type of scary obsession, okay? Or maybe this could just be significant separately from that. All right. You guys came a long way. Be proud. Arguments or conflict. We got disagree on the back. It's going to be very significant. We got can we try again? And incoming mail. Maybe somebody is going to try to communicate with you or something. All right. It says double life. Maybe this could be somebody who comes off one way and lives another or whatever. It says someone is working against you with or without the police. So somebody could be building a case on you as well, because that's in the front. On the back, it says changed number, and it says work on yourself. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from this pile. I'm gonna go ahead and see what's in the other pile. Cars are significant. Go for a walk, run, or jog. On the back, it says dress up or go out and get cute. You remember back in the day when you didn't have certain beliefs take a toll on you, so you would just live life? I feel like you should go back to that. I feel like you think too much. You're too smart. And of course, coming into certain beliefs, everything just seems like a scam. Everything just seems like something you don't want to indulge in, be a part of, do. Even if it's like working a job or getting an apartment or whatever the case may be. And I want to be careful with my words here when I say certain things, because honestly, I feel like it is important for you guys to cut loose, let loose, but also to cut off any ties from anybody who has brought you some type of harm, pain, even though they, forgiveness is most definitely necessary. But I don't feel like letting, a snake read into your life, or a person with a false mantis. I just prefer you to connect with people who are similar to you, without the people without false masks and everything like that. A third party is significant. A sneaky link. Romantic situations or romance could be significant. All right, it says be direct. It says become a vegan, vegetarian, or stop eating meat. We got will you marry me? Miss Andrews. Like misogynist, it's like that, but with men. Okay, somebody who dislikes men, despises men, prejudice against men. All right, TikTok is significant. Family drama could be a chaotic family, rude or messy family. People with no home training or just like family drama could be significant. 11-11, 12-11. It says I have moved on. You could have moved on from someone who's still stuck on you. It says lesbian or bisexual here. We got pregnancy. So a newborn or somebody who's with a child could be significant. Maybe pregnancy is just significant. It says my life is a mess right now. We got informant. And we have tempted. Okay. On the back of the deck, somebody is sharing a vehicle or apartment. Same element connections. So example, Taurus and Virgo, Aries and Sagittarius, Gemini and Aquarius. Basically air sign, earth sign dynamics, Same element connections. All right, we got blame game coming out. People who apportions blame, takes no accountability. All right. Something could be happening in a few weeks, the next 3 weeks, more or less. All right. Have or remain confident and keep the faith. That's pretty much what I'm seeing from this deck. These are confirmations. Only take what resonates for you. Leave what doesn't for the next individual. Be mindful that every message may not be for you. It doesn't have to be for you. Only take what resonates for you. I'm only really confirming what you already know. And other things are pretty much just fortune telling. But, yeah. Interracial could be significant. We got leverage here. That's significant. Pregnancy or fertility. Being encouraged to not fall for the illusions. Somebody who's thirsty is significant. I'm saying be unapologetic. I'm saying something is a short amount of time here. I'm seeing a pro, being good at something or good at something. And then we got angry. And we have they have hurt me. And then I'm seeing fresh start. Positive outcome. Family, friends, secrets, options. Okay, I tried, but you didn't. Baggage, pure, and nothing can stop you. All the way up. Like that DJ Khaled saying, nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. I think that's DJ Khaled. All right, but that's what I'm seeing with this deck. I can pull a few cards from here. All of these are going to be confirmations. All right, the present tense is most definitely significant. The letters ACEGIKMOQSUWNY is significant. All right. On the back, it says this person has no self-respect. We got desperate or thirsty coming out, and it's coming out in the reverse. Remember, in the other deck, we did pick up on thirsty energy. All right. Paranoia is here. We did talk about paranoia already when we were in the tarot. So once again, these are confirmations. Okay. Water sign energy could be significant, whether that's talking about emotions, relationships, love, or Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energies, whether it's the zodiac signs or the meanings of those zodiacs. Usually Scorpio can tie to transformation, mystery, and, you know, other stuff like that. Okay. The military or government jobs could be significant. And on the back, it says gifts and sharing. It says they don't turn me on like you. And then we have second chance. Maybe somebody go on a second chance because they know can't nobody do it like you. Okay, crystals are significant. Change your number is very significant. If you did change your number, you were very much right to do so. Don't be giving it out again. All right, a basement or attic is significant. As a lot of you guys may or may not know, a lot of places do not have basements or attics. So maybe this can help you decipher what states or whatever could be significant. On the back, it says documentaries, reality shows. These are very significant. Any messages for the collective? We got embarrassment. Okay, we have insecurity. Some of you guys may have an embarrassment wound. Something that could have triggered insecurities. Whatever it is, you most definitely need to tend to those and figure what that is. Figure out what that is, how it comes about. A lot of things stem down from childhood. Some people may think, oh, this has just come up recently. And I feel like it first becomes initiated in your childhood a lot of times. Okay. That's where the first wound, you know, becomes a thing. It says, when you cut me off, my world fell apart. Then we have on the back lessons. So you were right to cut people off because that's how they learn. Maybe you learned everything that you needed to know. All right, it says, I don't want you anymore. And then it says, don't leave me. Steady picking up on that energy where you guys are removing yourself from somebody who are still not wanting you to leave, but you got to do what your intuition is telling you. We got submissive here. On the back, we got food and drinks. Be so reliant and dependent on yourself that you don't need anybody, want, care, or whatever from anybody, okay? I don't care if it's a date, if it's some money, if it's sexual relation, no, okay? Confirmation, change your number. It says, I'm set in my ways because I've been like this my whole life. Confirmation, somebody is most definitely in that energy. We got anxiousness or anxiety. And it says meetup, link ups, private links. All right. Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo could be significant. We got regret or remorse. We got complicated. I pray for us to be in each other's lives again. On the back. Okay. It says, I think of you when I'm with someone else. Okay. Whether it's somebody. Yeah. Okay. It says, I made the wrong decision, but that shit is over. Trust yourself. Yeah, look, trickster, playing games. And it says hastiness or quickness. We got revenge. That song by Mariah the Scientist, Revenge, could be significant. And I'm saying patience. We got internal or inside. On the back it says dislike. It says, I pleasure myself when thinking of you. And on the back, it says emotional intelligence. Remember, the cards that's on the front or the back, they don't have to correlate or correspond. Some of them can, though. All right. It says trapper or drug dealer. We got future tense. So present tense and future tense is significant. We got air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming out. On the back, it says faith restored, positive beliefs, optimism. It says, I miss everything about you. I want you back. Damn, your friends or family look good. It says, I can't express myself. I don't send my texts, so I delete them. On the back, it says, I am living a double life. Heavy on motherfuckers who live in a double life, okay? Be mindful. All right, somebody could be on the low. There could be some secrets. They could be for the streets. We got music studio. Child, we got one more deck for the confirmations, and then that'll be the collective. But I do pick up this energy that people, they do feel some type of way about you. They could be spying and watching you and everything like that. But a lot of you guys, this is really a time of self. For some of you guys, because this message don't have to just resonate in the present moment. It can be a timeless read and resonate next year, next 2 years, next 5 years, you know? So that's why, like, all this other energy can even be significant, where some things can be past, present, or futuristic. All right? So keep that in mind. I am being encouraged to pull from the oracle of the day instead of the oracle of the night, even though it's nighttime. But I'm just going to pull a few messages from here. All right. Any messages for the collective? Don't forget, you guys, if you want to get on the list is open. Nobody is currently on the list. I don't just do readings. I provide many more other services. I am a wise counsel, a holistic consultant, and a multifaceted advisor. My business is open 24/7, in person and virtually. If you want a question, whether it's regular or in-depth, $7 questions, $10 questions, $15 questions, whether it's time frames, all right, or whatever the case may be. Readings, whether it's in-depth, regular, or whatever the case may be, which every reading is always in-depth. $25, $35, and $50 readings. For those of you who are of low income, you can send in donation base, which is anything that you are able to afford. All right, airplanes, helicopters, and aviation could be very significant. We got optimism or optimistic coming out. Yeah. Dream big, be optimistic, okay? Mercury retrograde is coming out with internet or social media. Mercury retrograde can usually tie to communication issues, chance for reflection, past or nostalgic urgencies. Okay, unexpected reunions from the past, electronic issues. All right, be mindful of decision making. Maybe hold off, okay? Especially if it's something that you haven't done before, you know, whatever the case may be. Now, it can also tie to negative energy, confusion, inconvenience, and bad luck. Now, we have two other cards coming out. Angel number 235 coming out with old lover or exes. So maybe some of you guys can look up angel number 235 in terms of romance. All right. But this, I had already wrote down that 235 can tie to correct choices. Okay. It usually can signify a confirmation. Divine grace, mercy, forgiveness, loved by a higher power, healing, steps, progress, fast learner, self-care, and take time out for self. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, you are confirmation, you are making correct choices when it comes to old lover or exes. You may be experiencing like giving forgiveness or encouraged to. You could be taking time out for yourself or encouraged to. Okay, and separately, because some of these messages, they come out together and they could be together, and some of them you can just read them individually. So like I said, separately, the internet or social media could be significant. The Mercury retrograde, old lover or exes, and angel number 235. Any more messages here for the collective? Home health here. It says remarks or comments is significant or a confirmation. All right, we got optimal coming out with player here. Optimal ties to best or more favored, okay, or favorable. So maybe somebody is a player hater because you are chosen, you are the best of something, most favored, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe this is your energy. Be mindful of jealousy and insecurities, okay? We got Libra energy coming out. Libras are usually born September 23rd through October 22nd, usually tied to being a visionary, people who are of balance or just balance being significant, harmony, justice, AESTHETE. Okay, natural peacemaker, tries to bring balance to situation, driven to create new strategies and bold ideas for success, but struggle to follow through. All right, communicator, dramatic, inspires to seek peace or cooperation. So you could embody Libra energy. It doesn't even have to be a sun sign. You can have these placements: sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, etc. Okay, this energy could just be significant. And that's very interesting too. Some of you guys, you can be driven to create new strategies and bold ideas for success, but struggle to follow through. So you really should, you know, see what's up with that. Okay, fake love, confirmation. We did talk about the fake love, the illusion. So confirmation, fake love. All right, we got gossip here. On the back, it says, everything will be okay. Don't worry. On the front, it says optimistic. Yes, so have hope. All right, confirmation. The other cards that came out, differences, sleeping with the boss, secret love affair, diagnosis, human trafficking. Damn. So it's a lot of crazy stuff, different stuff going on, okay? All right, on the back, we got the Marines. So the military is very significant. All right, a child or an adult could be significant. Somebody's son, father like son could be significant. Losing, it says losing control. Angel number 122 is out here, tying to spiritual growth, personal growth, manifestation, guidance, progression, and positive change. Also tying to meditate, communicate with guides. Okay. Can help with spiritual growth. I'm trying to see what this word is because I wrote it really small because I was trying to fit it on the card, but all right, any more messages here for the collective? 119, angel number is significant. We got passive income. Maybe looking into what job you can have that can create passive income. I'm seeing a powerful union here. One passive income, non-passive income if you want. Any last messages? Peculiar, which means weird. Okay. We got nonchalant. We have resolution, a firm decision to do or not do something. All right, determined. On the back, National Guard. Damn, the military is steady coming out. I had earlier seen aviation, airplanes, etc. So I thought of Air Force. Then we just seen the Marines. Then we seen the National Guard. Child, then we actually seen the military come out. The military is just significant. It says too late. And ownership coming out together. Ownership is saying the act, state, or right of possessing something. Okay, these could be, you know, going hand in hand. Doesn't have to. All right, it says facade. It seemed like you want to come out in the reverse. But we already know that illusions are significant anyways. That's basically what a facade is. All right, fire sign energy is significant. On the back, it says a damn fool. All right, so fire sign energy, which can be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This energy can tie to passion, creativity, initiative, transformation, regeneration, life, warmth, and light. Dynamic energy and active, pushes for change and progress. When uncontrolled, can represent chaos or destruction. Okay? Whether we're talking about your energy, other people's energy, the situation itself. All right, whatever. Just take the message how it resonates for you in particular. We got Forever coming out. Does it on purpose. Fire energy again. Self-sabotage. Hard pill to swallow. Out of sight, out of mind. Daddy issues. This was my most recent deck that I had created. It's not that recent. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last deck. I was called to pull some of these other oracles. Any more messages here for the collective? Pretty much already got the message out. Everything else just extra confirmations. Keeping up. It says immense effort, advance. It says no need to fear. See, just confirmation after confirmation. It says remember how powerful you are. And then we have believe. Strange encounters. Unicorns are significant. Fish. Chickens. A clock, eye makeup, curiouser and curiouser. This energy says discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. Angel number 9, 31, 18, 40, and 44 could be significant. 444 is significant. Keep your temper on the back of the deck, signifying angel number 20. It says don't allow anger to rule you. Such a curious dream. Angel number 45 says grounding, returning to reality, coming home. On the front, it says, I wonder what will happen next. Angel number 2. That could be what you're questioning. It says, ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. On the back, it says, belong to your own dream. Create your own life. And the other card is angel number 13. This is angel number 32. It says, all must have prizes. This is usually when someone is trying to please everyone. Don't do that. This is your life. Everybody has their own life, their own potential, their own... Literally. If people are not where they want to be, it ain't your job to try to push it. You know, you can lead a horse to water, can't make them drink. Do what you got to do in your own life. aspire higher, ascending consciousness. Angel number 29. On the back it says affirmation. Angel number 44. Touchstone. That is one word. Okay. Angel number 1 and 4 is coming out together. It says hold your wisdom close. Terraform your world. The guardian of the sacred vessel coming out with the cosmic creatrix. Call in protection. This is Archangel Michael. Okay, this is Sebrian Shamanka or something of the sort. It says bear your burdens with love. Angel number 21. Something about injuries could be significant, especially when we've seen the 9 of Wands earlier. It says go your own way. Medina coming out. Create a powerful network. Redwood tree DeVos. Change your environment. The rainbow serpent. Nurture the magical child. The shaman's child. Transformation is here. Raise your frequency is here. Coming out in the reverse. Detach, seek refuge. Keep going and draw your story. This is the Transcendent Journeys Oracle. Messages from my personal deck I created. Front or back or both sides could resonate for you. Take only what resonates. There's always many messages to give, but I'm about to get ready to wrap it up. Something is coming, all right? It could be a gift, it could be change, it could be news, it could be people, all right? This is coming out with the Jack of Spades, which in tarot is the Knight of Swords, which can tie to big opportunities and changes, you know, intuitive downloads, you know, being warned of haste, you know, encouraged to think about something before acting on it, instead of jumping on the first thought, etc., you know, taking your time, sitting with something. All right, it says keep it professional. All right, on the back it says soulmate incoming, get ready. And on the back of the Jack of Spades it says interruptions. This could have been interrupted, or it could just be interruptions could be separate from this. All right, but the soulmate incoming energy with the keep it professional on the back. This is the 3 of Clubs. In tarot, it's the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands was the main idea what we talked about in tarot. Forward movement, travel. So maybe this will come when, like I said, you're moving forward. Maybe you'll meet this person possibly when you're not in the same surroundings or environment. All right, this energy says you are not lost, broken, or a victim. All right, self-care is here in parentheses. It's coming out with the Jack of Diamonds, which is the Knight of Pentacles in tarot. The Knight of Pentacles is also coming out in the reverse though, but in upright it can usually tie to routine, especially within some type of work. So maybe being in the opposite, it can tie to laziness, you know, lack of routine, not working on something. But don't beat yourself up about anything. You're not lost, broken, or a victim. Just, you know, try to help yourself get out of a situation. On the back, it says passport, travel, visa, out of the country. Remember we talked about that earlier. This is the 2 of Clubs. In tarot, it can refer to the Two of Wands, which can tie to choices or decisions, deciding to stay or leave something. I feel like you guys, it's time to make that plan. All right, it's time to make that plan so that you can implement the change. It says they're bothered, not your problem. Hashtag do you. This is the 10 of spades. This is the 10 of swords in tarot. All right, on the back it says they're bothered, not your problem, do you. So it actually says that on both sides. A lot of things are not personal. People are jealous of you. They don't like you. I promise you, it's not personal at all. It's their own wounds and everything else that they need to tend to. Not my problem. That's just not my problem. It says, don't let your guard down. Protect your heart. On the back, it says you are supported. This is the 9 of clubs coming out in tarot. It's the 9 of wands. That resilience energy, bringing us back to some of you guys could literally have bandages, wounds, something could be broken, injured, whatever the case may be on your physical body. All right. Candle magic, rituals, manifestation could be significant. 1010 is significant. JJ, or the initials J, letter J. JJ. It says big dog, not the little one. On the back, it says stand for none, fall for anything. Another 10. 10 can tie to finality. It can tie to renewal. 9s can tie to completion. 3s can tie to something coming together, creativity, collaboration. Okay, that's the 10 of wands. So something could be very stressful. It says, be yourself, don't care about what they think. Especially since I'm seeing like the social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Like, just do you. People are always going to form an opinion. The world has been going on for so long. It's literally normal at this point to see hate comments, to do this, to do that. Like, you gotta, you'll connect. The real recognize real. Okay? But going to stand for none, fall for anything is similar. Like, if you don't have your own beliefs and everything intact, you'll trust and fall and believe in what everybody else is talking about. If you're not solid within your own thoughts, mind, etc., you're going to let somebody, you're going to be able to get projected on. You're going to be able to let somebody tell you what's right, what's wrong, what's real, what's false. Okay? And let's go on. Anything that's negative is false. Quote by Lenisha. That's me. All right? 10 of hearts, which is the 10 of cups in tarot, tying to happy families. All right. On the back, it says you are a 10 out of 10. I told you that. It came out. Confirmation. It says you passed the test. The Ace of Swords is here. This is the Ace of Spades, but in tarot, it's the Ace of Swords, which can tie to clarity, awakening, truth. A yes rather than a no. But it says you passed the test. This can be present or future energy. And it says surrounded by idiots on the back. You most definitely could be surrounded by idiots. But I feel like you are making way. Okay? I feel like you're making way. Trust intuition on the back. Well, yeah. Trust intuition. On the front, it says what's meant for you will be for you. Period. Coming out with the 4 of hearts, which is the 4 of cups in tarot, which usually can tie to apathy, disappointment, regret. Missing out on opportunities due to being in that energy. All right. This says don't have best interests at heart. Remember, we picked up on this energy already. On the back, it says, are you losing focus? Get right. This is the 3 of spades in tarot. It's the 3 of swords, which can tie to pain, tears, okay? Heartbreak. On the front, it says, do it like it shall be day. Okay. On the back, it says upgrades, promotions, secretary, assistant, boss, entrepreneur. This is coming out with the 8 of spades, which is the 8 of swords in tarot, usually tied to mental restriction, limiting beliefs, thoughts, living in your head rent free, can't get out. Okay. On the back, it says it's giving God energy. Okay. On the front, it says handling well. You are handling it well. And then we have no need to worry behind that. But on it's giving God energy, it's tied to the Four of Spades, which ties to the Four of Swords, and tarot, which can usually tie to rest, especially since it's air energy, which ties to mental, communication, travel. In a lot of senses, this is mainly picking up on mental rest, because a lot of you guys could be mentally exhausted, okay, or whatever the case may be. But that's what I'm seeing from this deck. As I told you guys, there's always many messages to give. But I'm gonna pull from one. Let's see. So it's going to be out of we got spirit messages, oracle cards, angel number messages, and then the spirit animal. Before I get off, if you guys want to get your own personal read, please let me know. I can do it on live or I can do it privately. If you can't afford my prices, which are an abundant amount of prices, not just one set price. Okay, there's $10 questions, $7 questions, $15 questions. There's $25 readings, $35, $50 readings. But for low-income families or individuals, you can always send in anything that you are able to afford. No problem. It will still be in depth. All right. If you guys are looking for services that are not of tarot, oracle, psychic, intuitive readings, I am a wise counsel, holistic consultant, and multifaceted advisor. If you do not know what these things mean, please look them up. Multifaceted advisor is, being able to give advice in many areas of life. Okay, a wise counsel, I basically speak off of wisdom or whatever the case may be. I help people heal and a lot of things. So I'm going to be pulling from one of these decks. I may do one of each. We got the bear on the back tying to strength. For the spirit animals, we got angel number 13, which usually can come up as the divine feminine, tying to I am confident, significant. And on the back of the spirit animals, spiritual team, spirit guide deck, not spirit animals, spirit messages. This card popped out, but on the back it says, your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally, but sensibly. All right, the card that came out says, never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious, you are worthy, period. Okay, period. I don't think we need any more from here, okay? I'll shuffle and pull like one. All right. It's time to stop letting worry rule you. Instead, get excited about your future and all it will bring. What energy and emotion you put out comes back to you. With that being said, your outside world is a reflection of the world on the inside. You create your reality based on your beliefs, thoughts, and actions. So if you don't feel too grand, if you think everybody is out to get you, you most definitely will live a life of paranoia, feeling like you have enemies, etc. All right, please don't be so serious, but at the same time, I don't know. But with a little conscious effort on your part, that happy ending can and will be yours. Believe that. Facts. On the back of the deck, last card from this deck, it says, sit in silence. And by the way, I do know. I have a habit of saying, I don't know, but I do. Okay, it says, sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. All right, those are messages from your spiritual team. Okay, if you want to get this deck for yourself, it is called Spirit Messages Oracle Cards. All right, now, angel number 13, a mantra or an affirmation that you can say is, I am confident. Now, this card says, you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. All right, let's see. Any more messages here for the collective? 2 to 3 cards. 1, 2 to 3 cards. Angel number 2 is coming out. It's coming out in the reverse. 2 usually ties to balance. So maybe things are not as balanced. On the front, we got angel number 8. The infinity sign could be significant. On the back, it says, I am adaptable, with angel number 5 here. Angel number 5 can tie to freedom. It also can tie to change. It says flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in the unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. Okay? An affirmation or a mantra that you can say is, I am adaptable. And we have 5-5 on the back. So 5-5-5 is significant. You could be seeing ones. Okay, 3-3-3 is here. There's many angel numbers, all right? On the back of the deck, we have 8. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. B, representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. So the letter B could be significant as well. Maybe you could have been a B student in school. It says, I am successful. It's a mantra or affirmation that you can say. Last card coming from this deck is angel number 2. You have a great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. An affirmation that you can say is, I am diplomatic. You can also, I don't know if some of you guys have been feeling a bit insecure in this matter because it's in reverse for some reason. 222 could be very significant. It keeps coming up. All right, you could be seeing your birthdays or particular people's birthdays, you know, maybe death days as angel numbers as well. Significant dates, okay? You could be seeing them. All right, now the bear. We're going to put that to the side. Okay, the bear is symbolizing strength. The bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. It may be time for you to stand up for your beliefs or your truth. With strength and confidence, you are free to roam at will and follow your path. Okay? We got the snake coming out. Time to transformation. All right, we got the panda on the back, tying to boundaries, and we got the crow coming out, time to transition. It says, so bears, snakes, crows, and elephants could be significant for this collective. It says, which part of your life is or may be going through a transition? Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, or cities. Whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make the change. Remember, we talked about a lot of y'all for this collective, fear and a lot of other things, paranoia, low self-esteem, lack of faith or trust is holding you back. A lot of you guys are encouraged to take those steps like travel, do this, do that, make those bold moves and choices that a lot of you guys, it's actually been on your mind for quite some time. You had the great ideas, but maybe some of you guys, you second guess, you overthink, whatever the case may be. You limit yourself. There's fears. Maybe people project on you. Maybe you were programmed, like I said, like all of us were, to, you know, be in a certain mindset, space, whatever the case may be. All right. But regardless of being misled, misguided, mistaught, lied to, you are still able to break out of the illusions regardless. That's why you go through what you go through in life. All right. Because I tell you, that's how you was able to find out that this exists, that exists. You know, you didn't build inner strength. You didn't overcome the difficulties. See, strength doesn't come from winnings. It comes from, you know, endurance or resilience, you know, with all these obstacles and challenges and like all this stuff. The panda is here, signifying boundaries. Your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura, and you have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul with the same gentle love and support you offer to others. Literally. We already talked about that fake love and the people who are not on your level. Some of y'all be your own family. Some of y'all, you be sleeping with the enemy. You got to do something about that. Because these people, they're going to be around, use you for your light, your money, your resources, your time, your energy, whatever. They are not as valuable as you are. They can't really give you anything but diseases, trauma, and everything else. Okay? But anyways, we got the elephant. Time to forgiveness. Yeah, we don't have to have resentment or anything. Forgiveness for sure, because having hatred or resentment, this is not really doing anything for you. Even dwelling in your own sorrows of sadness, it's okay. You have emotions like the rest of everybody else. Be angry, be sad, feel hurt, but heal through that, work through that, okay? Don't sit in those, heal through that, work through that, okay? Don't sit in those energies. Because it's really not doing anything for you except for hindering your health, slowing down a lot of things, right? Now, with the elephant coming out, time to forgiveness. It says, if you are feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You're being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. Because I promise you, a lot of times, everybody start off as children. Not everybody believe that kids are innocent, but I most definitely believe kids are innocent. They're just a product of their environment at times, right? They succumb to this and become this. They go based off what they see. You know, a lot of us, we've been through our fair share of whatever. It's not an excuse, because a lot of us, we still manage to be good people. We don't harm, whatever the case may be. And we don't necessarily have to deem people as, you know, bad, you know, some people, right? But I don't think anyone grows up and say, I want to be the most hated person in the world, you know? So forgive. You don't have to tolerate. You don't have to keep people around in your energy. We already talked about that. But forgiveness, most definitely. Moving forward, healing, most definitely. You got places to be, people to meet, things to do, a life to experience that's filled with peace, etc. See, you were taught that life is filled with ups and downs, and that, you know, relationships are this and nah. That ain't it. But you'll see, you gotta believe, and you gotta, you know, like I said, it's a mind thing for a lot of things. You create your reality based on your beliefs, etc. You know, don't be fooled. Now, the snake, transformation. Anything is possible. All right. Don't forget to give me a follow, or you may never see my face again. Okay. If you want to get on the list, please make sure you do. My phone is about to get ready and die. So if you ever do want to get on the list, let me remind you, my business is always open 24/7, in person and virtually. All right. You can get private readings. You can get personal. The price won't go up because it's a private reading. Okay. Phone calls, text form. All of that is granted. Free consultations to know more about my services, because I don't just do tarot or oracles or psychic intuitive readings. Now, with this snake here, times of transformation, butterflies are also significant. It says you will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Change is in the wind, and you are at the center of it all as the catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. Because if this is imbalanced, next thing you know, child, your world gonna come tumbling down again. That's the foundation right there. Okay, can't build on faulty foundation. Now the bear, last but not least, strength. The bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. I read this already. It may be time for you to stand up for your beliefs or your truth. With the strength and confidence, you are free to roam at will and follow your path. You don't have to submit. You don't have to, give these people a chance because they did, they that. Nah. When people do you dirty, you didn't already forgive. You didn't already gave people a chance. At this point in time, you got to hold your wisdom close. Not forget what you learned. Move forward accordingly. You're on a self-care, individual journey. I don't hear we, them, they in this. I hear you, self. Okay? You've been on that road and path for many years. It's time to be on your own individual path now. You grew up in families. You grew up in school. You grew up in, you've always been around people. It's time to deprogram. You in isolation for a reason. Okay? It's time to dive in, reflect, down. I'm telling you, get into the introspection is significant. Going within, etc. You already have the answers. You already have this. You don't need to get more information on this or that. For some of y'all, information, it won't do you any harm. It's pretty much good, networking, collaboration. But I'm talking about in other senses, when it comes to something that you already know, the path that you already are called on, the direction that you already know you want to go in, you know. But we've already talked about a lot of things already. So like I said, if you need a recap of this message, it will be uploaded on my YouTube before the week is up. All right, today is January 7th, 2026. It's a Wednesday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, once again, to give me a follow if you haven't followed me already, because you may never see my face again. If you are wanting to get on the list is open. Nobody is currently on the list. All right. I do have a backup account if you want to follow my account. 910. Actually, I'm saying 920 here. You could be starting to see different angel numbers as you maneuver. Like for a lot of you guys, maybe you've been seeing 333 your whole life, 555 your whole life. Now you're starting to see 237 and 568 and angel numbers that you probably never really seen as much. And I feel like that's because things are shifting. You're coming into like a new found of self, reality, whatever the case may be. But as I said before, there's always many messages to give, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it at this. I do wish you well. I return the collective's energy back to them with love, light, and all things grand. And I release my energy back to me with the same energy that I've given out. Stay safe and dangerous. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your lifetime. If I end this live by the time you decide you want to get on the list, you can always message me. Anybody is able to message me. It may pop up as a request if you've never messaged me before, but I'll make sure that I view it within an hour or before the day is up. I always check my messages when I get off of live. But yeah, if you want to get on the list, please let me know in the chat so I can know to stay on live. Okay, once again, for those of you who are just now joining in, I don't just do tarot readings, psychic intuitive readings, or oracle readings. I also am a wise counsel, holistic consultant, multifaceted advisor, and many more things, many more hobbies, podcasts, gaming, etc. Please keep in touch with my Linktree in case my name change. There's any updates. You know that people love to scam people who do readings. Okay, so make sure you keep in touch with my Linktree. Okay, I only have one Linktree. Linktree/Lenisha21. Of course, Linktree, they got the little period between whatever part of it, but it's always linked in most of my videos. It's on my website link. And yeah, if you guys want to leave your review for the collective, for a personal message that I've ever given you, if you want to check out reviews from other real life people who have gotten something from me, my website